Welcome to the Advent Calendar. Today is Thursday, December 21st, 2023, and the title of this devotional is The Longest Night. Lamentations, chapter 2, verses 10 through 13. Daughter Zion's elders sit on the ground and mourn. They throw dust on their heads, they put on mourning clothes. Jerusalem's young women bow their heads all the way to the ground. My eyes are worn out from weeping, my stomach is churning. My insides are poured out on the ground because the daughter of my people is shattered, because children and babies are fainting in the streets. They say to their mothers, "Where is grain and wine?" while fainting like the wounded in the city streets, while their lives are draining away at their own mother's breasts. What can I testify to you, daughter Jerusalem? To what could I compare you? With what could I equate you? How can I comfort you, young woman, daughter Zion? Your hurt is as vast as the sea. Who can heal you? The reflection below is like a time machine. Do you remember what Christmas was like in December of 2020? We've gotten so used to the return to normalcy that sometimes we forget how we lived only 3 years ago. A lament seems appropriate given the situation in the world then. And as we read about Jerusalem and Israel and we see about it in the news, it seems appropriate now. As an update to 2023, I can't help but think of the conflict around the world, especially in Israel and Gaza. Hostages, air assaults, murder, and mayhem, and so much anger. Well, I guess there's always something to bring to the year's longest night, December 21st. Whether it is personal for you, maybe you have lost a loved one, or you feel the additional weight of the more universal problems in our world. The longest night is an acknowledgement that Christmas isn't fun for everybody. In fact, it can be the most challenging time of the year, as the frivolity and mirth of some magnifies the grief and loss of others. Here's the original meditation. The only thing to compare this Christmas to is 2001, after 9/11. Christmas was different then too, but Christmas 2020 affects us more pervasively. Much more death and a faceless killer. For most, lament is around losing the familiar lifestyle, staying at home and staying away from family and friends and wearing a mask. The Babylonian exiles had this understanding that they had brought the calamity upon themselves. They got that idea from oracles by the prophet Jeremiah, to whom this book of Lamentations is attributed. I don't think we can say that about this pandemic, though. And even if we did, what good would it do? Wouldn't bring our loved ones back from the dead. Wouldn't put an instant stop to the spread of the coronavirus. It wouldn't increase the Christian witness in the world. The lament is a way through trauma without going around or avoiding it. Researchers and sisters wrote a book together about burnout by the same name. And they teach us that our emotions are like a tunnel. They have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Stress is when we get stuck in the middle of our emotional state and stay there on high alert. We must work through the emotions and get to the other side to avoid burnout. Lament is a therapy for traumatized people, primarily for groups or tribes. There is hope around lament. It is therapeutic to name our pain. It may seem sad, but is heading in the right direction. Hope is embedded in lament, like a single candle that lights up the darkest night. Hold the hope up high for all to see, even though it may just be one candle. The flame looks so much brighter in the surrounding darkness. Amen.